Pore size. Are you guys anything like me and you struggle with large pores? Have you noticed that as you age, your pore size is getting worse? Your pores are getting larger? I got a few solutions for you that you might want to consider. So starting in the evening, I'm really adamant about a great skincare regime. I think that's really important to get that right, especially as you age. Start young, start early, get on a great regime. And not only that, but your regime might change at different times in your life or different seasons. So if you're somebody that started a regime and you've been using the same regime for years and years, it might be time to change things up. But anyhow, a good skincare regime is everything. But for pore size, I think the most beneficial thing for me is a BHA product. Now, I have been to multiple, I've seen dermatologists and skin professionals and whatnot, and there is nothing out there, and they will all tell you the same thing, lasers, treatments, facials. There is nothing that is going to reverse pore size. That's the ultimate truth. But however, if you get onto something like a regime that works really well for minimizing pores and you get consistent with that, you will see noticeable results. It's not like it's changing it back to a smaller size, but it has the ability to minimize your pores and keep them tighter and smaller. So what I find has worked for me is a great skincare regime. For me, it's Beauty Counter. I absolutely love it. But I do introduce a few other products into my skincare regime. And like I said, BHA is something that I really notice makes a big difference on my pores, in my pores. And the two that I'm using and that I like the best right now is the Paula's Choice and the Neostrata. And I find both these products work exceptionally well. I don't use them every day of the week. I probably use them 2 or 3 times a week, depending on what my skin's like. But yeah, and I always use them in the evening. So these are not something that I use during the day. I would apply these at night during my skincare regime. Really does help to with my pores. The other thing too I want to mention to you is cleanser. Cleanser is really important, and believe it or not, I love an oil cleanser, and most people that with large pores tend to be a little bit more on the oily side, and oily girls are always scared of oil cleanser, and I'm going to say I was one of them. But I have found that my skin loves the balance. Like if you strip all the oils out of your skin and you're oily to begin with, you're just gonna produce more and more oil. And it's like a vicious circle, right? So I love my oil cleanser. Sorry, I keep looking over to the side here because all my products are here. Then I always go into a niacinamide product. I love niacinamide for a variety of reasons, and I've done videos on niacinamide if you want to check those out. But niacinamide for pore size is great. So I use that in the morning as well. Again, vitamin C. I'm a big believer in vitamin C. I use that after my niacinamide. And then I always follow up with a moisturizer. Moisturize. Cannot say that enough. And find the moisturizer that works for you. So those are what I do during the day. This is my morning routine. And the way you want to kind of tackle that is, if you're going to introduce serums into your skincare regime, always start with those and then progress to your creams. So you want to use your clearer products, your lighter products, your serums, and then work your way to your heavier cream products. That would be the proper application for your skincare regime. Then moving into the makeup aspect of it, once I've done my moisturizer, I do primer. And currently what I'm using for primer right now, and I like to purchase different things so that I can, recommend it to you. And I never recommend anything that I don't truly believe in. That's the truth. But here's the thing too, something that works for me and works for my skin, isn't maybe necessarily going to work the same for your skin. However, it's worth a try. I mean, I have sampled a lot of different products to make things work. So I'm just giving you the feedback that works for me. So the 3 that I'm using right now is the Tatcha product. Tatcha is quite lovely, a little more on the pricier side. Oh, I'm almost out of it. honestly. It's essential oil based. It's quite nice. I love the smell of it. It sits lovely on the skin and works well under my Saint makeup. The other product that you've heard me talk about is Nanoblur. This is a Canadian company. Nanoblur is a great, it tends to tighten things up a little bit. It also controls oil. So if you are somebody that's more on the oily side, Nanoblur is probably going to be something that you like. If you have a lot of wrinkles or areas that yeah, for wrinkles, it will even help to tighten and smooth as well. And then really a go-to for me is the Benefit Poreless Primer. And what I like about this primer is it is colored like kind of like a foundation. So when you use it, it's quite nice in the sense that it fills the pores, but it also has a little bit of pigment in it. So it does help with, it's almost, it works like a kind of like a foundation, but a bit of a filler. I quite like it. And if my pore size is quite good that day, I sometimes can just get away with pore filler and then just doing a light tinted moisturizer or something like that. It works really, really well, especially in the summer. So that works nice. Anyhow, that is my take on minimizing pores. What works for me? Maybe it'll work for you. If you like this video, please give it a like, please share, and please follow me for more beauty tips. Ciao for now. Bye.